What is going on, everybody? How are we doing on this fine Saturday morning or Saturday afternoon?
Afternoon for us, morning for
Afternoon
you.
for you, morning for me. 10 a.m. here on the West Coast in beautiful San Francisco. D, how is everybody doing today? Thanks for coming and hanging out, man. Let's do a little Q&A, and I have a little co-host with me today, who you guys usually see doing the wheel. D, what is going on?
Whole lot of nothing, man. How's San Fran?
San Fran is it's good. It's sunny here, and we're going to be saying goodbye to San Francisco about 12 hours from now because we don't leave till 9 p.m. tonight, and then we fly overnight. I get home. We actually fly into New Jersey at like 6 a.m. on Sunday morning,
Ooh.
and then I have to drive about 3 hours to get to my house in New York.
Oh,
Uh,
oh.
so
Nap
yeah,
nap on
so
the plane, man.
yeah, we're gonna do lots of sleeping on the plane. We're gonna say goodbye to sunny San Francisco and get into cold 25-degree New York on Monday. It's gonna be 25 degrees.
It's nothing. Come
It's gonna be garbage. It's garbage town, D. New York is garbage town. We
on.
don't want it. How you doing? I heard you and Roots were doing some streaming last night, having some fun without me. How dare you?
You know what? We can't wait for you forever, Mesh. You're having fun without us at GDC.
What?
We had to do something.
I may have went to an after party or two.
Yeah, I bet.
Let's say hello to some people hanging out in chat. D. We've got Wolveraza is here. He says, looking forward, yo. Awesome, man. Thanks, Wolveraza. I know chatting with
Yeah.
everybody as well. Felipe, the room giveaway Lieris is here. What's going on, Felipe? Who won the room last week, D? Because I still have yet to give that key away. Somebody has. I don't think it is. Whoever won it has not contacted me yet.
I don't know. I haven't time stamped the show yet, so I'll let you know in a few
We
hours.
need to figure that out. He's Felipe says he's remodeling the bathroom this morning, but I'll be in and out, and really excited about this. The once a week show isn't feeling like enough lately. Yeah, I kind of hear that, D. I kind of hear that. Know what I'm saying?
Uh,
Know what I'm saying?
Keep on ever
Chris Lebrecki is here. He says, "Ask me anything." Okay, Masher, where do babies come from?
Oh God, not that. Not that's not this show.
We may have to ask my mom. Do you have a my mom button, D, or do you not have that?
My mom. That's not. That's all you get.
Well, Verada says, "What is the capital of North Dakota?" I have no clue. Joshua Scribner is here. What's going on, Joshua? He says, "I don't know what is the capital of planet Earth." That's a good question. Wherever I am is the capital of planet Earth. Honest question: are there any whispers about the Cambria? We might maybe talk a little Cambria here in a little bit. Radio Run is here. He says, "Yo, yo, yo." Hussein X is here. What's going on, Hussein X? He says, "Sup, everyone." Let's see. Rikichi is here. How you doing, Rikichi? Mind Jive? Awesome, man. Chi-Town D, cast of hundreds. What is going on, everybody? This is just an impromptu little chat. I figured, it's tough for me to read chat during the show on Thursdays, and I know there's probably questions and things that people want to hear about. So I figured I had a little time this morning, and D was available, even though Todd was busy, to kind of help me out and just go through. And I'm here to answer any questions that you guys have about GDC. I'll tell you a little bit about maybe what went on, but even on anything else, if you want to ask me what my thoughts are on anything, I don't care. We can talk about after the garbage. After the fall,
After the
we can
jank. I mean,
after the
well,
jank, we can talk about that. We can talk about Wolveraza getting his chance to get into Alvo and seeing what he really thinks of that. We can get into pretty much anything. So we're pretty much open. We have probably at least an hour here. Maybe more depending on how this flows. So let's chat about pretty much anything. So D, let me tell you that the GDC, my first time at GDC, it hasn't been held in a couple of years. Extremely interesting. Very much a different atmosphere than say CES was. It's definitely a different show, number one, but everything seemed a lot looser during
yeah.
CES. Everything was like so uptight with COVID, so it just seems like things maybe are getting a little bit better, hopefully. And although
Restrictions easing up.
you still had to have a COVID band because you had to be
Oh, that's
tested.
a COVID ban. That's not
Yeah.
a I'm in the event kind of a ban.
No, I had a badge. You have a badge for CES, that gets you pretty much into where you're supposed to be. So yeah, it was the badges, but this is everybody has to have one of these to get in just to prove that you don't have COVID. So you have to be tested before you get in. So But it was cool, man. It was really interesting. The show floor is different than any other show floor I've seen because you see a lot of indie developers here, which you may not see at some of the bigger shows.
Right.
So it was nice to be able to see some of the 1, 2, 3 man teams. And I can tell you guys, we'll get right into this. I checked out a game that I kind of teased the other night. It's called Finger Gun, and it's by a developer called Miru, Miru,
Easy for me to
Miru,
say.
Miru, yeah, Miru. I got a nice little interview with them. I got a chance to play the demo, and I got some footage of me playing the demo, and it looks pretty cool. I got to say, all hand tracking, and it's not just shooting, which I thought was cool. So you're no controllers whatsoever. You're using your hands, and it's basically a wave shooter. But what you're doing is you're shooting with your, just your fingers, okay, and you're
Right.
using your thumbs for like a trigger. And then at one point, you have to grab these power ups from these enemies that you kill. So at one point, you get to basically shoot like a grappling hook out of your palm of your hand, almost
Oh,
like a
that's cool.
Spider-Man type of thing. So you kind of like
Right.
do this. So if you make a claw motion with your hand like this movement, all of a sudden you'll see a grappling hook come out, and
That's pretty
it'll
cool.
form, and then you kind of just like shoot it forward at what you want to do, what you want to hit, and it
Right.
automatically goes out, grabs it, and then you kind of like do this, and it like sucks it back into you, and then you can take
Ooh.
whatever it was and you can put it in your wrist to
Oh,
make a
nice.
power up. So like I grabbed one of them, so I had like old style Western revolvers for it at one point. I killed an enemy. It left like a power up where it died. I used the grappling mechanic, grabbed the power up, put it in my wrist, and all of a sudden now I had Gatling guns on my hands for like a small amount. You have them for a small amount of time and then you lose them. But I
Right.
can, all kinds of different weapons and power ups you can get. You can get shield power ups. You can get all these different things. And it was a really cool mechanic. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's they're not sure what it's coming to the Quest, but they're not sure what platform Quest. So they don't know if it's going to be side Quest. You have to be side
Right.
loaded. They're not sure if it's going to be App
App
Lab
Lab.
or the Quest Store. By the end of the year 2022, they will have it out and ready for sure. But I can tell you, it was in a pretty playable state. Like, and we talked about it. I'm like, guys, get me a playable demo. I'll start getting some footage out there for you. I'll put some, whenever you're ready, I'll put it out there and record something. So hopefully we'll have a playable demo that I can record and show you guys. Because with this recording right now, you're seeing like on a TV screen what I was seeing, so it won't be the same as if you're seeing what I'm looking at in the headset. But
Right.
still pretty cool. What do you think?
It
You in
sounds
for?
fun. I can't wait to try it. Sounds it's like something I'm gonna.
What did somebody say the other night? Are you in for some finger bang?
Oh God. Again, different
So
show.
somebody was
Different
saying that the other day.
show.
I was talking about finger gun, and they're like, all I can think of is South Park in that episode where they're
Oh
singing the
God.
song Finger
South Park.
Bang. Too funny. But yeah, I was like, guys, hell of a name for your game, Finger Gun. But yeah, I mean, it kind of describes it perfectly. All right, let me see. Now that some people are in here, I'll see what some people
Yeah.
are asking. And what do we see for questions there? Do we see anything?
I
Good?
don't.
I see
Let's see.
Techno Glitch stopped in here.
Yeah.
Thoughts on Felipe says thoughts on Gibby's guides for VR gaming. That's a good question.
Yeah.
Who's Gibby and what kind of guide does he have?
Felipe said something about any AR games.
Yeah, so yeah, that's a great question. There was a ton of AR stuff here. Of course, we talked already about the Lynx XR1 or the Lynx R1 headset. That is pretty much an AR headset. It's an AR VR headset, but that's going to be really amazing. There was no really games for that yet that I could play. It was basically just a demo showing off the AR stuff. But I did try the Lenovo glasses. Now these AR glasses are like $1,500, and there was some cool like games that you could play in there. But a lot of that still too is not just gaming based. It's pretty much everything based. So you can do, home, work from home where you have multiple TV screens in front of you. You can watch and consume media for TV or videos. So there's a lot of, with those types of glasses, it's more than just gaming. Now I did try yesterday, D, which I'll tell you guys now, this was the highlight of the show for me, was a company called Tilt 5. Tilt 5 makes an AR board game. Now, I've got video of this, I've got a full interview, and I'm going to have the founder on our show hopefully within the next 2 weeks. But this was probably the coolest tech that I've seen in a long time. This was basically AR glasses, just glasses that you're putting on your head, and you have this very thin mat that's probably 2 feet by 2 feet, maybe a little bit bigger than that, that goes on like a coffee table or your kitchen table or any flat surface. There's nothing plugged into this mat. There's nothing that touches it at all. And basically, once you hook these glasses to, I believe you can hook it to a computer or like a laptop, or I'm pretty sure they said you could hook it to like a pad, like a tablet or an iPad, or
Mhm.
even a phone. And then you can run these games, and the images basically come into 3D effect on this pad or this board that you have on your table. And when I'm telling you that it looks like you can look down into the table, D, when this is on, like it looks like you could reach your hand down into the table, and
Yeah.
then it gives you 3D effect above the table as well. So, like, there was trees. There was one point, and this is not just board games. I was doing video games at one point where I was controlling like a top-down view, like a Diablo 2,
Right.
and I was controlling a character that was wielding a sword and a shield, and I was actually walking through a forest, and there was trees that looked like they were 3D up off of the table, but I'm looking down through into the table with depth.
Right.
So you have verticality in your vision, and then you have depth going down into the table. Um, so there's a million different uses for this. This is not super expensive. It's affordable. They went through Kickstarter, completely blew away their Kickstarter goal, and they're already starting to ship out right now these headsets and boards to their Kickstarter backers. And you can start to pre-order now. If you didn't Kickstarter back, you can actually start to pre-order now and get it. And I think it's like $400 or something like that. I've got to get the
Really?
exact price for you guys, but I think that's what it is. Now it's just a board and just one set of glasses for $400, so it's not like it's super cheap. If you want to have four sets of glasses, you know what I mean, where you can play with four people in your house,
Right.
then it's going to cost you more. And I heard something yesterday that I did not confirm with them in my meeting, but I actually heard Skiva and Alex say that currently right now you can't buy the glasses individually. You'd have to buy the whole board and everything with every
Oh,
set of glasses.
oh dang.
So I would say that's something they got to fix. You got to be
Right.
able to order separate glasses. So if you were in a household and you want to be able to play, if I want to be able to put my daughter and my wife, the three of us around this table and do something like this, then you got to be able to have three sets of glasses with one board, right?
Not three glasses and three tables.
Exactly, exactly.
So,
But yeah, I mean, if you guys look out for it, I'm going to have the video out hopefully next week so you guys can see it. You can watch me play it. Here's the only thing is you can't like they had like a little laptop screen hooked up, so you're going to be able to see what I see, but it's not that great. They actually will have like a recordable system set up soon. So hopefully, they'll send me one and I'll actually be able to record what I'm seeing in these AR glasses to where you're not just watching on a monitor, you'll actually be able to see what I see.
right.
And I'll have some footage out for you on that so everybody can take a look at it. But I can just see where they're going with this and what it's going to be like. And I mean, like people are playing Gloomhaven right now. Gloomhaven is a huge thing, even in all our communities. Like everybody's getting together to play Gloomhaven. Well, think about playing Gloomhaven on this one pad. It's just a thin pad that's on your table, and you put these glasses on, and instead of playing it
And
on a
it
board
comes
game or
there.
instead of playing on a monitor, you're actually playing it to where it's 3D effect, vertical 3D, and then depth 3D, to where you're looking down into it, and you can actually. It's so cool. I mean, I did one
Yeah.
game where I was like a commando. It was like a Robotron type game where you could actually run around and shoot in every direction, and you're just trying to
Right.
kill um, the enemies around you. It was a fairly basic demo, but it had so much depth and 3D to it that it was completely
Yeah.
amazing. I was completely freaking out. I was like a little kid.
Yeah, Radio Run, I've seen him playing a bunch of Gloomhaven or whatever on Discord or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, board game
Right.
is big. I mean, and I was talking to the people there, and I'm like, can you imagine doing like Dungeons and Dragons, but actually instead of having like pieces, on a board, you're actually looking at these things and you're actually in the world. You know what I mean?
Right.
Um, they come alive. I mean, you could do Demio like this, and it would be crazy amazing to do a game like
Yeah.
Demio like this. I mean, think about playing Demio, but not having a Quest 2 headset on. You're just wearing a pair of glasses. That's basically what this looks like. Now the
That
controls, I
sounds
mean,
nice.
you're not like touching stuff to grab stuff. So it's not like
Right.
you're not there yet with your hands to where you can touch an object. You basically have a controller that looks like a grill starter. Have you ever seen one of those little
Yeah.
igniters for a grill?
Right.
That's what it looks like, because it has like this wand that comes out off of this small little, almost looks like a Wii remote, but it has
Right.
a thumbstick on it. It's got A buttons, B button, C button, X button. Um, so it was really cool, but you could use the wand part of it to point at things, and it's got like a trigger on it, like you would see on, like I said, like a Wii remote or even a touch controller where you have a trigger that you can shoot stuff with the trigger. Um, but yeah, it was really cool. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to show everybody it, and it completely blew me away. And I did see a lot of cool stuff at the show, but that was one thing I saw yesterday that I was just like a little kid. I was like, holy crap! I mean, you guys. And they were like, they had smiles on their face when I got out of the headset. They had smiles on their face, like, yeah, this is the effect that we get every time that we show this
Every
thing.
time. But that controller that you're talking about, that's how you move like players and your pieces and stuff like that. Because Diane Jackson was asking about that on Facebook.
Yeah, the controller has a thumbstick, you know what I mean, the directional thumbstick, so you can actually hold it to where it looks like again, it looks like an igniter. You can just hold it that way, or you can turn it sideways, and you would have it like like a almost like a old style, Nintendo controller, where you have the thumbstick on your left, and then you have the jump button. You have the four buttons on the right.
Kind of like the Switch, maybe like the little Switch controller.
Exactly, that's what I was looking for. Switch. Yep,
I got you.
you got me. See, that's why I need you here, D. That's why I need you here. So yeah, I
Christine
mean,
Rich was asking about Hyper Dash, that game mode that got announced.
yes, that was big too, right? So we went to Hyperdash booth twice, and there was nobody there. So I was like, it was me and Alex Milan there, and we were taking pictures, like doing selfies of ourselves in front of an empty booth. Like, and we were sending it to the Hyperdash guys, like, where are you? I mean, this is like middle of the day, and like they have this
Where
whole
you
booth set up,
be?
and they're like, nobody there. Twice we went and did this, 2 different days, and they're like, nobody there. But yeah, I mean, it was cool. Number one, it was just cool to see somebody with a VR game that's already out that has a booth, because they don't have to. I mean, their game is done and finished; it's out, but they're there to show off virtual reality to other developers and other people that may not know about virtual reality. So I had no idea what they were talking, why they were there, what they were doing, but I started talking to them, and I'm like, hey, so what are you guys showing? Are you showing anything new, or why do you have a booth? And he's like, well, we have big news. And I'm like, really? I haven't heard anything about anything going on big news with Hyperdash. He's like, well, we haven't really told anybody yet. So I'm like, so you haven't told anybody? He's like, no, not really. I said, do you want to tell everybody right now? He's like, yeah. He's like, and literally, we are sitting at the table in front of the booth, and he was like, yeah, just give me a minute. And he literally gets on the phone on his cell phone and calls like the lead developer, and he's like, are we ready to put this out there right now? Can we have it ready by this such and such a date? And he's like, I'm going to announce the date right now. And he's like, yeah. He's like, yeah, go ahead, do it. So all of a sudden, he's like, yeah, all right, let's do it. So I got this whole big interview with him announcing the date. But then I'm like, you know what? I can't do anything with this footage. All the footage, I have hours of footage right now that I can't do anything with, because I don't have time or anything with me to edit the video down. So I'm like, you know what? Let's pop a short out there, a YouTube short. At least you can get it out there in a YouTube short form. So I was
Right.
just like, I have 15 seconds. So YouTube short, you have 15 seconds. So I'm like, here you go. Say as much as you can in 15 seconds. So I'm like, go.
And go.
So yeah, I mean, so you're going to see Ball. Ball is coming April 1st. It's going to be another game mode. If you already own Hyperdash, it's already going to come with it, and it's going to be basically Rocket League, but in Hyperdash form. So to me, Nox sounds fantastic, and I haven't gotten into it, but I'd so much rather shoot shit with guns than with bow and arrow anytime. So. And again, I haven't played Nox, so take that with a grain of salt. But I'm going to tell you this: I played Hyperdash. I freaking love it. The movement style is great. Can you imagine having an arena where you're trying to score a ball, into somebody's net, and you're using your gun? You can actually pick the ball up, which is so cool too. So you're, a lot of times you're dual wielding in Hyperdash. So when you go and grab the ball, you actually lose one of your guns. So you have to sacrifice that, or you can shoot the ball like you would in, you know, knock or anything like that. So right now it's going to be one map. It's going to be not a current map they have. It's going to be a special map that's just made for ball. And you know, he didn't really say anything about like different guns or anything like that, or but I imagine you'll get to use pretty much what you have in game for it. So super exciting, D, and it's cool
Yeah.
to see somebody making an announcement like that at GDC, right?
Heck yeah. And you were the first, man.
Yeah. Alex and Skibo actually got it out to upload because, you know, they basically every night was cool with them. I mean, you know, when you're upload, you can do these things. But basically, they took their footage every night. They went back to their hotel for a little bit before, you know, we went out to wherever we were going, and they would just upload all their footage to Upload VR, and then Upload would basically just edit it and get it out for the next morning. You know what I mean? So I just don't have that ability. So they actually got it out to a lot of people first, which is great. And I mean, to me, I just want to get this news out there because it's such great news. So. But hey, if we could get we got a few out there on a YouTube short, I was happy with that.
Exactly. Wolvie says, you know who else wants to grab the balls?
Yeah, she does. We need a mom button for our Saturday.
I know. I'm the soundboard. My mom.
Saturday shows are kind of fun, D.
Huh?
Saturday shows are kind of fun.
They are. Hack just joined us. What up, yo?
Hey, what's up, Hack? How you doing, man? Traveling Man is here. He says, hey, what's going on? I see Diane Jackson. Chris Banger was here. What's up, Chris? How you doing, man? Chris Bangerter is a I don't know if he's still here, but he's a YouTube streamer, and I just saw that he like just built a whole green screen room, D.
A room?
Yeah, he built so you know, he doesn't stream for a living, you know what I mean? So this is, you know, he does it like a lot of us do on the side. So I just saw that he like I took a whole like studio and set himself up, man, and he's got like complete 360 green screen around this whole room. He's got painted walls, he's got sheets up, he put like a whole bunch of soundproofing in it. So good for you, Chris. He's ready to roll. He does a lot. He plays a lot of Pop One. He's a really good Pop One player. So good for you, Chris, man. Way to go. Way to get that stuff done.
I gotta get back into that. I gotta get back into Elbow just so I don't lose my skills.
I have not put a VR headset on. Besides being at the show and doing demos, I have not put a headset on to play in over a week, and I'm starting to lose it.
Yeah, you are. Dude, I'm definitely, like I said, I definitely got you on Elden Ring now.
Oh, that's not fair, man. I'm so like behind in Elden. I'm like level 70 in Elden Ring. That sounds like a lot, but like level 70 is like a little kid in Elden Ring.
That was so last week for me.
Oh, I know, right? I'm so behind. I'm so behind. Alex VR is here. What's up, Alex? He says, yo, hey, what's going on, man? So here, Alex and Skiba left yesterday afternoon or early morning, and they flew out of San Francisco, flew straight home, and basically got home and then jumped on Upload VR and did a podcast on Upload VR. Tell me those guys aren't the two hardest working guys in the freaking VR industry.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to say the hardest working men in VR.
They legitimately think they're better than me. They're awesome. I had so much fun with those guys. We hung out a lot, and it was a lot of fun. And we got a lot of cool memories of going to these parties and just hanging out. It was so cool, and just seeing a whole bunch of cool stuff, man. So you know, I'm willing to tell anybody anything I can tell you. I will talk a little bit. Ooh, something going on outside. I will tell you guys a little bit about Everslot. I can't say a whole bunch about Everslot, but I did get a good interview with the CEO of Everslot, Jihad. Really cool dude, and you know, keep Everslot in your thoughts because 2022 they have a lot of cool stuff coming, man. You know, so if you have a PC right now and you want to go check out Everslot, you can get in there and check it out now. It's probably one of the fastest paced games you'll find out there. They have amazing mechanics. It's a roguelike game to where you have to, like, you know, build yourself up, make yourself better, keep, you know, live, die, repeat type of deal. But they have a grappling mechanic that's Dita is so cool with this gauntlet that they have in your hand. And you know, it's melee, but you do get a shotgun too. But how you get bullets for your shotgun is about collecting blood from the enemies that you kill, and you have this meter that you it's so cool. Yeah, Wolveraza says he loves Everslot is a game made for Wolveraza for sure, man, for sure.
Anything with guns, pretty much.
I know, right?
Right,
So
Wolverine?
Wolveraza got in and had a chance to check out Alvo, which
Yeah.
was it's a cool game. Alvo is a very contentious game right now because it seems like there's two sides to Alvo right now. D, it's either people love it or
Or
they
you hate
hate it.
it.
There's like no in the middle.
There
And
never is with people, man. It's either it's got to be perfect day one that second it comes out, otherwise they're gonna shit all over it.
yeah. And I think I'm in the middle. I think that's where I am. I really
Right.
think that I am completely in love with Alvo, but I'm not like, I'm not to the point where I'm like, oh, this is perfect. You know what I mean? There is room for improvement with Alvo, and they can definitely fix it. But I'm loving it, man. It's still a great game, and I think by the time they're done with it and they're dedicated to it, it's going to be awesome. All right, what else do we got? Anybody else asking questions?
Yeah. Diane
Answer?
Jackson says, "How do I get my grandson off Gorilla Tag?"
Oh, that's a damn good question. I have no idea. I have no
Um,
idea. It doesn't help that Todd Jackson's putting videos out of his daughter playing Gorilla Tag. I mean, having a ball. I mean,
yeah.
that's rough.
Paul Fennessy just he got Elva the other day.
Really, how you liking it, Paul? Tell us all. I mean, tell us. I know Wolveraza has. Had mixed feelings about it as well. I think he's kind of in between, like where we are. Wolveraza says barbecue lighter. It does look like it does. The Tilt 5 controller looks like a barbecue lighter. Exactly. Like if you like like exactly where you would have the trigger for the barbecue lighter is the trigger to like to like shoot stuff. You know what I mean? So it's too cool.
Uh,
Technoglitch says Everslot needs an easy mode. Holy shit! Yeah, it's not an easy game, but that's the way these roguelites are. You have to build yourself up and make yourself better. But that's what makes the game amazing. You know what I mean? Facebook user says he's killing my. Is that Diane Jackson saying
yeah,
he's killing
that's
my
Diane.
controller?
He's calling her controllers.
I love it. I love
He
it.
needs to buy you backups.
To
Start
be
now.
honest,
Try getting those things now because apparently you can't come across controllers easily.
D, have you ever been in the Gorilla Tag?
No, and no. The way I feel about Gorilla Tag is how you feel about Beat Saber.
What?
Yeah,
Really?
no, I'm not. It's no. I got more games to play than that.
You know who loves Beat Saber is Alex. Alex VR absolutely loves Beat Saber. So we get into a conversation about Beat Saber, and I'm like, oh, do I tell him? Do I tell him that I hate
Uh,
Beat Saber? Oh, it's too funny.
with a passion. You are very
Oh,
passionate about your feelings on
I
that
know, right?
game,
I
dude.
know.
Um,
Chris Lebrecki says Gorilla Tag has way too many kids. Avoid it at all costs. That's the thing. You know what I mean? If you don't like hanging out with kids or you're hearing, squeakers all over,
yeah,
I usually like if I get them in Pop One, I usually just try and have fun with them. You know what I mean? And just like
yeah,
give it right back to them as much as they're trying to give it out.
yeah.
So
I mean, I just started playing Pop One, and there was, like maybe my third or fourth game in, I'm playing with some randos and everything, and this one kid's like, "How do I do this? Why is this circle around me?" I'm like, "Is it your guardian?" I'm like, "I don't know. It's only like my third time playing this game, dude. Sorry."
yeah.
Um,
Well, I mean that's not bad. It's what's worse is when you have a kid running up to you and you and saying, "Take a bite of my banana. Take a bite of my banana. Take a bite of my banana," and he does that for the whole match. You're like, dude.
It'll be like, "I'm gonna smack you with that damn banana. Get out of here."
Oh my god.
Um, Felipe's, what is your favorite thing so far you've come across at GDC?
Yeah, I think Tilt 5 was amazing. That was really amazing. What else?
What about you met with some guys with the haptic suits, right?
I did. I tried a couple of things. I did the OO vest again. So I did the OO vest in Vegas, but it was quick and during there's a big calibration process that they have to set you up for in there. And in CES in Vegas, it was super busy, and they had no idea who I was, and they didn't. So they were like, "Yeah, just throw them in and get them out." Well, this time they saw me again. They're like, "Hey, do you want to try it again?" They're like, "Because they knew who I was this time,
Right.
and they kind of wanted me to do some recording, and I didn't do any recording last time. So I set my camera up. I did everything so to actually record myself in it this time. And during the calibration process, you can turn things way up in this suit, and this is like electrical stimulation. D. This is
Yeah.
not It's not like B haptics where you just get a rumble effect. This
Right.
is like, like a TENS machine almost where you get stimulation into your muscles. So
Yeah.
I said to him, I'm like, he's like, we got to like gradually go up and you got to tell me if it's okay and you want to get more and more and more. So I basically said, look, I'm just going to turn everything up as high as it'll go because I've already done this once and it was very low setting. I said, I want to really feel it this time. So basically he kept turning up. I'm like, yep, yep. And I kept doing this.
Yeah.
Yep, 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 yep.
More power.
Dude, he got to some points, and when it's on your chest, like because you have different zones of your body where it hits. So like your upper part of your chest, okay, it's not bad. You can go pretty high with that. Your abdomen, you can go pretty high, but it gets like on your biceps right here, and
Yeah.
literally at 80, it was like making my arm
You're right.
twitch and like shake every time it hit it, and it was really cool, man. And there was an effect that I did not this time that I did not get last time, and it was an effect where they were showing me the entry and the exit feeling of a bullet. So a bullet would hit you in like your chest, and you would
Right.
feel the impact of it here, and then you would
You
feel
feel the
the
exit.
exit of the bullet in your back, and then you would
Oh,
feel the feeling of trickling of blood that would be running
are you
down your front or
serious?
your back.
Even that? Oh,
Yeah, so the OWO is cool, man. So even
yeah.
though it's something that we've kind of all heard about and we've all kind of tested, this was a different thing for me to test it a little bit higher, which I thought was cool.
Right.
We did test the Skinetics vest too. That was completely amazing. Um, it's early. This Skinetics vest needs help because number one, it's wired, which people are not going to like. And I told them that up front. I'm like, you guys got to figure out how you do this, to get the wire off this thing. You need to get the wire off this thing.
Right.
Um, and but there's some really good stuff there. Again, it's got a different feel than a B haptics. It's not exactly the same. Um,
Right.
so it's got some good and bad things.
Right.
Compared to B haptics, but good points, bad points.
Right.
B haptics is way more integrated. I can see there's going to be an integration issue for Skinetics, and they really need to get out to the developers and start working this out. Because B haptics just has such a huge advantage, and I think you're going to see probably by the end of 2022, B haptics is going to be so integrated in pretty much almost every VR game or every popular VR game that it's just going to be so easy to plug and play. Where these other vests, the OWO or Skinetics, are going to have such a uphill battle trying to get themselves in game. And you know how it is, the friction. Do you want to have to set up and like mod everything that you do to get your haptics vest on?
I
No,
don't want
nobody does.
to. I don't want to put work in
Yeah,
to. I want a headset controller.
yeah, exactly.
Zip done.
Yeah. So, but it was cool. I can tell you that they had one of the coolest rain effects I've seen in haptics. Like I said, where they put you in a rain room and then it was cool. I'm like, okay, that's cool. But then he's like, yeah, move around. So I started moving like my body around, and I could feel it hitting me in different spots of where my body was, and I was like, wow, that's cool. So they're actually tracking your body and with
Yeah.
that. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Do you notice a difference between when you saw, you know, Vegas versus here? What you saw at GDC?
Like, yeah, it's just a different show. Yeah.
Well, I know, but like the vest mean. I
Oh
mean,
yeah, yeah.
seeing them at both shows.
Yeah. I mean, the OWO had more integration stuff going on this time, and they were showing off a little bit more of a tool platform to basically get their haptics into the games. So they're making it a little bit easier, which again, that's their uphill battle with OWO is getting the haptics into a game. So they have a little bit different platform that you can use now to make things easier, and they showed that off quite a bit. Skinetics was at CES, but I didn't get a chance to try them there.
Yeah.
So I did try them here for the first time, and I thought they were cool. And I did see another company, which I do have a little bit of footage of too, that I'll put out there, which I haven't even talked about yet. They had a glove that gave you haptics feedback, um, and it was I can't remember the name of it now. It's Manus. Manus was the name, Manus, and uh, Manus Meta Glove or something like that. And they look pretty cool. They had 3 different types of gloves that you could use to get the feedback from, and basically sense on all fingers and then on the back of your hands. And then
Oh,
they had
that's
one that
good.
was
Okay.
tracked, where they were using trackers on the back of the hands as well as a capacitive touch. Um, so yeah, they look pretty cool. I'll show you guys some video of that probably next week sometime.
Technology, gotta love it. This is
I
a
know,
wonderful world that we're in right now.
I know. There wasn't a ton of like tech here. It wasn't because it's
Yeah.
not like CES where it's basically a technology show.
Right.
This is a developer show. But they did have some, and if and people were asking me what was my favorite thing, if Tilt 5 and then the Lynx R1.
Yeah.
Lynx R1 is amazing, and I got a chance to basically get a demo from the founder of the company, who is like a little kid. He reminds me so much of like a Palmer Luckey. I mean, this guy,
Maybe.
like, like, like I walked into the room to do the demo, and I had been talking to him on Twitter that week because I was trying to get in to see it. You know what I mean? So I just started twittering him. And I'm like, hey, Stan, I'm whoever, I'm Eric, and I'm trying to get in and see your thing. He's like, yeah, stop over. And he's like, we'll take care of you. We'll get somebody to give you a demo. So I walk into this hotel room where they're doing it. There's 100 people in there getting demos. And then there's a young kid standing next to one of the stations, and he's drinking a bottle of Perrier water. And I'm like, yeah, Stan sent me over. He's like, yeah, I'm Stan. I'm like, holy shit, dude. He's like, I'm Stan. I'm like, he looks like he's 12, D.
Ah,
But dude, kid's so cool, so smart.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Just and so happy to show off his headset, and when he knows he's got something, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like he knows how good this freaking thing is. So when he puts you in this demo, he again another company that he knows he's going to completely blow your mind. And the demo for the Lynx R1, I've seen it on video 50 times. I mean, I kickstarted back this thing, so I have one coming. I bought it
Nice.
because I thought it was that cool already, and that was just for
Right.
me seeing the video. So I've seen that video hundreds of times probably. So I did that same demo. That they didn't have anything different. They're doing the same demo. But that demo completely blew me away. It's a million times better than what you think it is when you're seeing it flat. And the headset is so light and so small, and it's just super cool, man. I cannot
Yeah.
wait to get it.
Yeah.
This headset is going to be an XR game changer because this is VR and AR. So it's going
Yeah.
to be a game changer.
And Alex says you're welcome to not like Beat Sabers, so as long as you don't mind being wrong.
I know, right? I know. I'm in the minority there. I know I'm in the minority with Beat Saber. Everybody loves Beat Saber.
Yeah.
D, do you like Beat Saber? I've never asked
I
you.
do,
What? I'm sorry. What? You're waiting for me to like
yeah,
walk out
to
your
cut off my my camera, But yeah, no,
I
I
won't
like
do that. I
Beat
can't do
Saber.
that to you.
Beat Saber was my and a lot of people's introduction into VR, you know. It
Yeah, I
was a
mean it's
cool
okay
thing.
for what
I'm
it
like,
is,
I'm a
but
Jedi, but with music. Bah,
yeah, well, that's
you
what it is
know?
to me though. People, it's okay for what it is, but then people keep talking about it like they're playing it every day. When was the last time you were in Beat Saber? Is my headset not working?
Long
I can't
time,
hear anything.
long time,
That's what I'm
long
saying.
time. Because
You
there's
know what I
so
mean?
much other like fun stuff to play out there,
You know, but
So
but people
Beat Saber's
continue to
kind of
put
taking
Beat
the
Saber
back
on their,
seat.
like, number 1 games list. I'm like, "You really? That's great. When was the last time you played Beat Saber?" You know what I mean? So, and I mean, unless you're somebody who plays it, like, every day, I mean, I guess there's people out there, but tell me that there's not a million other games that are better than Beat Saber that you play all
Right,
the time. You
right.
know what I mean? I play After the Fall all the time. It's way better than Beat Saber. I mean, I play,
Well, it's a
Crashland.
completely different game, though.
That's okay. We're still trying to say what's a good game. I mean, not saying it's a bad game. Well, yeah, I am saying
Right.
it's bad. It's not a good game. It's
Beat
just boring.
Saber is one of the top music rhythm games.
Yeah, garbage. Travel Man says, any flat devs talk of bringing games over to VR? Yeah, there's a ton of that here. I spoke to a lot of. It was funny because I was wearing a lot of my Q2C stuff and a lot of my VR gamer stuff, just to try and number one, it's nice to have it on so people know what you're looking for or looking at because flat devs have no idea what I'm doing there. So they see me with a press badge on or it says media, they're like, oh, what are you doing here? Well, who you cover? What are you covering? So to have my VR stuff on it, it definitely helps. And what happens is I get a lot of people that are showing flat stuff that will come up to me and go, "Oh my God, we're going to be implementing VR. Are you covering VR? Are you covering AR while you're here?" So there's a lot of companies here that are showing flat games that have they have their eyes to VR or
On the
AR.
VR.
Yeah. So like I had several publishers, smaller publishers, come up to me and say, we have we publish like two or three flat games, but we actually have in our portfolio, we have a couple indie devs that are doing um, VR games.
Yeah.
So for sure, a lot of these companies are moving in that direction. I can tell you, the first 2 days of the conference, I did a lot of. There's no show at that point. There's no expo. Monday and Tuesday, there's no expo floor, so that doesn't start till Wednesday. The first 2 days, if you're doing anything at GDC, it's all
Media.
summit talks.
Yeah.
So basically, the summit talks are developers talking to other developers, and every session, so every hour, they had 20 different talks going on at one time. You know what I mean? A lot of them were flat, but they always had a what they call a future realities talk.
Right.
And the future realities talk always had something to do with VR, AR, or XR. So there was a lot of VR developers there just doing talks for other VR developers or flat developers who are looking to do VR. So Alchemy Labs was there doing talks. Shell Games was there doing talks. I'm trying to think. Unity was doing a lot of VR talks. Unity did an amazing PlayStation 2 VR talk where they showed a lot of the what Unity is working on to help developers develop for the PlayStation 2 VR. And I got a good look at some of the specs and some of the abilities of what the new PlayStation 2 VR is going to be able to do. I got to look at the foveated rendering and how the foveated rendering and the eye tracking is going to help preserve power, so that power can be utilized in making the best looking games that you can.
Right. All right. Since I'm like on camera now, I'm going to put this on video.
Do it.
I got to do my weekly PSVR 2 Destiny 3 launch title.
I could see it, D. I really could. It makes sense.
The more I put it out there, the better my odds are of it coming true. I love Destiny. I've had that on every platform, PlayStation, Xbox, PC, and
yeah,
that's my jam, dude. That's my jam. We got a couple new people in here. Jesse Jatso's on Facebook. We've got Troy Gillis popped up on YouTube.
So Troy Gillis messaged me this morning, D, and he said he tried on the morning you wake. So we talked about a lot last week, and unfortunately with me being here, time has been extremely limited. So this was one of the most, it was a little bit busy, but this thing was something that I touted and I cannot wait to do. But I wanted people to talk about it and go see it and do it. And a lot of people have, and a lot of people have messaged me saying it's amazing. I think Traveling Man might have mentioned that he did it last night too. Didn't he say he did it in Roots' chat last night?
I don't.
It was either Spry Guy or Traveling Man. I thought had said that they did something with this, but Troy this morning said he did it and it was like profound. He said it was really good. Yeah.
After my stamps, I'll take a look at it.
You got to do it. It's a 38-minute experience and it's free.
Right.
So yeah. Troy Gillis said, "Not me, can't stand it." What can he stand? Beat Saber, I hope.
Man.
Wolf Raza says, "Still have Jedi Dojo for my Beat Saber." I would rather do the Jedi Dojo than Beat Saber.
I haven't even finished. I bought the other. The episode 1 is one of the first games I picked up. Have not played a single second of the actual story of it. I've only done the dojo.
Get worse. The games get worse. Like the first one is definitely the best game-wise or story-wise. None of them are really games, but the dojos get better as you
going forward.
Progress. So like
I haven't
the
even
dojo in part 3 is way better than the dojo in part 1.
Yeah.
Hussein X says he forced himself to try Beat Saber demo last year and he found it boring. I agree, 100%. Felipe says the worst part about Beat Saber is a lack of advancement and since launch.
But they got new blocks.
Whoa, new blocks! That's so special. I know, right? That's exactly what I'm saying. Beat games, man. They're just riding. They're riding
They're
the.
just freaking blocks, man. I
I know.
mean,
I know.
you
Give
can
me
change the
something better.
color,
Ooh,
which I
that's so
do switch the
special.
color up, but
Yeah. See, people. I mean, people absolutely love it. I swear. I don't get it. Radio Run says Audica and Synth Riders are 10 times better. I 100% agree. Audica is amazing. That's not talked about enough. And Synth Riders, I mean, Synth Riders is great. If you don't own Synth Riders, you're missing out, man. The experiences that you can do in there are amazing, and then just some of the other stuff. I mean, the multiplayer in there is great. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know if you have anybody tried Synth Riders multiplayer. You can get in there with like I think it's up to 8 other people, and then they have like these like if you can turn you don't have to have this on, but you can turn this on to where you can like if you get so many if you I think if you get so many notes right in a row, you get like a modifier that you can throw at another person in the game and screw them up. So
Oh,
you can
we
make
gotta
their
do
notes
this.
smaller, or you can make it faster, or you can make it to where the things change and they can't see as well. So basically,
Right.
yeah, you get to throw like
Oh,
you get to throw
God.
things at other
Oh,
people to
I want to
like I
play
said,
this now.
it's a mode you have to put on because you can just go
Right.
straight like who's best at Synth Riders mode. But I love that mode where you can screw people up and throw stuff at them.
Throw a monkey wrench at them.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see what else everybody's saying. Technical Glitch says need games that play VR and flat. Your choice of how you play it. Absolutely. And one of the things Techno Glitch that I did see in that Unity demo, and I have some pictures of it, is they are actually talking about a flat mode VR mode switch, and they're showing you how it's being done. And it says in print. I took a picture of it. There is going to be a switch. There's going to be a thing that you're going to be able to hit and play that game, whatever amazing game you're playing, flat, or you're going to be able to hit a switch and you're going to put a headset on and you're going to play it in VR.
That's pretty nifty.
Hmm.
Let's see, Felipe. Any news on any classic game ports to VR?
I didn't see anything classic. There were classic game developers here that they weren't showing their classic games, they were showing new games, but who they are, and because
Right.
they put like their graphics of the older games on their booth just to show off who they are. We did like Arc, Combat Evolved. They weren't showing Arc, the developer, they were showing um, another game, but they wanted you to know that they had made Arc. So a lot of these people are here, and a lot of them are talking, virtual reality, but they're not nothing specific. I mean, I have news, so this, there is stuff that I can't talk about, which I wish I could. So I do have some
Nothing.
news. Yeah, and I hate saying it because it's like, oh, yeah, you're just saying it to tease us. It's not. I mean, I can tell you. Let me tell you this, so everybody knows what I took away coming out of GDC that I can't tell you has me extremely excited for 2022, and beyond. But just for 2022, it has me extremely excited. There's a lot of things coming, and a lot of games that are already out there that have big news. I just can't, number one, either they just asked me not to, or number two, they made me sign an NDA where I can't. So I can just I'll tell you this. I'm extremely excited, and then as soon as I can say it, I will, and I'll tell everybody what's going on. But I had a lot of meetings. This whole week for me has been meetings to meetings. It's, a lot of it, like the show floor itself. I spent maybe mixed up in different times, just wandering the show floor, maybe a couple hours, 3, 4 hours. This is all like running from hotel to here to hotel there, back to
Right.
the convention, meeting somebody at a booth, doing a demo, then going to the next appointment.
Right.
So, I wish I had more time just to walk the whole show floor, but I did see everybody there that I think I needed to see. And the appointments I had are freaking crazy. And Polyarch with Moss 2, you guys are gonna flip, man. Flip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing that was there that you never got to take a look at. Tech was asking about it. You never got to look at PSVR 2, right?
Yeah. So I mean I can tell you
You
guys,
tried.
we heard about that it was here. When I say we, because I was hanging out a lot with the Between Realities guys, and we're we're not running here as competitors. They're doing their own thing as Upload, of course, but we're this still again, we're such a small community, and I'm small fish compared to them. So anything that they throw me is not a big deal. But you know, they were reaching out to every person they knew. I was reaching out to every person I knew. I was in touch with Wes, trying and using every person he knew to try and get something in there. So I was contacting developers that I know are developing for the PlayStation 2 VR currently right now. And I was just reaching out and saying, is there any way you can get me in, or tell me where it is at least, and I'll go
Right.
figure out a way in. And when I say that I reached out to everybody, think about any game I've ever given away. Any game that Q2C VR Gamer has ever given away, I have relationships. I contacted everyone.
Right.
Everyone that I knew had something probably going on with PlayStation 2 VR, and I contacted them. And we're talking Dave Marsh from Shadowgate. We're talking, Mighty Coconut. We're talking, anybody. Telltale. Anybody out there that you think might be developing. I was contacting them. So were Skiva and Alex, and we just couldn't get anything going on. And I think they did this purposely because they didn't want to show any media. They were showing developers, pretty much only developers, because they're just trying to get developers to take it on and start developing for it. Not that they need to, but I think they really wanted to blow people's mind. And from what I heard, we did speak indirectly to a few people who did try it, and they said it was like trying VR for the first time again. D, if that excites you. I mean, can you imagine getting that feeling that when you put virtual reality, like we all had those moments. That's why we're here. That's why you guys are spending time with me right now. Because we all had those moments, those holy shit moments when we first put a VR headset on. And when you can take a new piece of tech and get that same feeling again, it's something special. So yeah, I didn't get a chance to put it on, but man, I'm so excited for it. I'm more excited now than I ever have been for it.
It was just when they released like the specs and made that first initial announcement, I was like, oh, but now it's like, ooh, it's getting just a little bit closer, just a little. But still thinking Q1 23, right?
Yeah, I think so. I've been hoping against hope that some of those rumors were wrong, but from everything I'm hearing now, and everything that PSVR Without Parole or PSVR Underground have stated, I think they have the pulse on it, and I would be shocked if we saw it before Q1 2023. Unfortunately, but you never know. I mean, things
You
change.
never know. They could just be like, hey, let's point them in this direction, and then
Yeah.
we
Well,
get a
yeah, exactly. They don't have to tell us anything that is
no.
true. Number one, and number two, just because they state something now and they might believe it, something that next week things might change, and all of a sudden you're
Right.
like, hey, let's just drop it. We can do it. We want the holiday. You know what I mean? Because that they want the holiday. They're not doing this because they don't want to sell at a holiday. They want to sell at a holiday.
Right.
Trust me, if they could have people buying PSVR 2s for Christmas, they would sell
Right.
way more. So they want holiday 2022.
Right.
They just probably can't. And
Right.
if there's any way that they can change that up between now and then,
Right.
they're going to do it. I can tell you this though. Remember we were worried about the eye tracking, and they were in negotiations with Tobii and the eye tracking.
Right.
Eye tracking is not a issue anymore because Unity did this whole presentation on eye tracking, and the eye tracking for PSVR 2 is already integrated into Unity. So if I took anything away from that and went, holy crap, I've just got some news right there. I saw code. I saw it all done on the screen. I have pictures of it with my phone that the eye tracking is already implemented, and Unity has it all set up. So when you're building for your PlayStation VR 2, the eye tracking is already done. Whatever they're negotiating with Tobii about is probably either semantics, or it's probably not software related at all, because
Right.
that is done, because there's no way that they haven't done anything with Tobii yet, or still negotiating software with Tobii if it's already implemented into Unity. And I saw that on the last day of the show. Yeah, you guys heard that here first. The only person I've told about that is Wes so far.
Oof.
Kyle Kitchings,
Finally made it.
What's up,
Finally.
Kyle? What's going on? I appreciate everybody
Felipe
being
was
here
here
today, man.
since the beginning, Kyle.
I know he legitimately thinks he's better than you, Kyle, and he says so quite often. Quite often. I do like this format, guys. Jim Hall is here. He says Beat Saber is
Hey,
a
I
better
know this guy.
game to
Lamplighter.
demo.
Lamplighter just showed up.
Did he make it? Yo, yo, yo.
Yeah.
So D, I messaged Todd when I had an idea to do this. I'm like, hey Todd, I'm thinking about doing this. I'm like, you want to join me? He's like, I got a honeydew list. I ain't got no chat. I got no time. So yeah. What's up, Todd, man? How you doing? Jim Hall, what did he say? He said Beat Saber is a better game to demo for new VR users than anything else. To me, that's exactly what it is. Beat Saber is a tech demo, and once you play it once, you should never touch it ever again.
Dude.
I know, D. I know. When you start to see me talking good about Beat Saber, you know one of two things
Are
happen.
you feeling all right?
I've either got malaria or I become an Oculus ambassador.
Oh my god. Maybe that's why you haven't yet.
I can tell you this: we have got a few people. We got about 19 people watching, 20 people watching. Come to Q2C VR Gamer Live this Thursday. We have a huge announcement. This is going to be amazing. I've had this in the works for a long time, and this is one of the coolest things that we are going to be doing as a channel, and I'm going to share it with you all on Thursday. And I can tell you this: I told this to Dee the other day. Me and Todd told Dee, and she pretty much started hyperventilating.
Dude, yeah, I was like, it's awesome. You got Thursday, next Thursday, and every Thursday.
And I'll say this: the patrons who join us on Tuesdays for our show prep, I will actually I'll give that news to the patrons on Tuesday, and it's going to blow your minds. It's going to be amazing. You guys can't wait. So come, patrons, make sure you try and be there on Tuesday for our show prep. And if you're not a patron and you want to be involved, you become a patron, and you can get into our
for
show
as
prep.
little as how much a month?
Well, you can get into be our tier 1 patron for as little as $1.99 a month. And if you want to be part of the tier 4 patron to be part of the show prep, it's a little bit more. But yeah, it's cool. It's cool. And we got some big news. It's so exciting, man. I can't wait, man. This is going to be big. Let's see. What else are we talking about? Somebody got their hoodie. Oh, Troy Gillis got his hoodie. Nice.
Kyle goes, my son heard y'all give me a shout out, and now he's like, wait, YouTubers know who you are? Oh, that's great.
My daughter is like, she's like, my dad's a YouTuber. She's telling her friends. I'm like the smallest YouTuber in the world, but yeah, I'm a YouTuber.
Nice.
Hack that says in the metaverse every week now, right? And we are in the metaverse every week, and we have been doing very, very well over there in the metaverse, and it's the multiverse. So yeah, every week now on Thursdays, the Thursday show will be there. Technical says, can we make the show start at 8 p.m. Eastern? Thanks you. I don't think we can do that.
I'm still working, and this show can't run without me.
That is true.
I'm just playing.
That is true. I think 9 p.m. is our slot. It works. Seems to work very well. Travel Man says excited for the new installment of Shadowgate after the ending of the first. Absolutely. And he says, how is Dave Marsh? And Dave Marsh is very well. I had a little bit of time where I got a chance to talk to him because I was messaging him about this. I wasn't even sure if he was out here or not. So he's had a few personal issues that he had to go through, but he's doing very well now with some really good news and working hard on Shadowgate 2 and adding some stuff to Shadowgate as well. So yeah,
That's
cool.
another thing that I have to finish. I haven't finished Shadowgate.
Oh my God, do you need to finish Shadowgate? That's such
I know. I just got through that part where you got to make your way across the bridge, but there's only certain things that you can step on. Otherwise, you have spikes.
Oh God, yeah, you got a long ways to go.
I know.
Yeah, you got.
There's too many other good games. Like I can't.
That's a good one to finish.
I'm gonna have to put everything on a piece of paper in a hat and just start picking them out, so I don't focus on one too much.
Yeah. Todd says, shout out to Carson. Or no, Kyle Kitchen says shout out to Carson, my son. Todd said to, hey Carson, how you doing, man? Thanks for hanging out. And your dad's awesome. He rocks. So thanks, Carson. Todd says everywhere, some new things coming this Thursday in the metaverse. Yeah, we got big news this Thursday, guys. That's super exciting. Super exciting. Van Composer says, how was GDC this year? I wanted to go, but various clients and contacts of mine didn't attend, so I canceled my trip. It would have been nice though. Yeah, it was. I think I can tell you the GDC. I've never been to GDC before. This was my first year, but from what I talked to everybody about, it was more low key this year than before. But you got to remember they haven't had it, and I think it's been 2 years. I don't think they had it in the last 2 years, D. So
No.
it was a little bit more low key. But geez, I mean, if it was any busier, I don't know how I would have done it. You know what I mean? Like I was literally from 8:30 in the morning and until 6-7 p.m. every night, and it was
Right.
like just running nonstop. So I don't know how I would have been able to do it if it was any busier.
You need an assistant out there with you.
I do. When are you coming? I do.
Next year.
Yeah. Well, you know what's tough is like Alex and Skiba, they work so well together. So you have Alex doing a lot of the on-camera interviews, but Skiba's running the whole show, behind. So he's got the camera, he's got the mic, he's got the light, and just, with me having to run everything by myself, I have to set the shot up. Then I have to go sit down or go stand where I think I'm going to be with whoever I'm talking to. And then I have to go back to the camera and have to make sure everything looks right.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it takes me, a ton of time more, than it does them, and they have their stuff down so good. But I think I did the best I could, and I think it's all of it's going to come out great. But yeah, I think for PAX West, I'll announce we are going to be going to PAX West, and I am pretty sure that probably 90% sure that Todd will be there with me at PAX West.
Nice.
So yeah. So we're trying to get as many people out there as we can to come hang with us, and yeah, it's going to be fun. PAX West is in September. And from what it looks like now, we will all be going out to PAX West.
Sweet.
And then maybe Facebook Connect too. I don't know what they're going to call it this year, whether it's going to be Meta Connect or Facebook Connect. But if they do that in person, I think we got to be there for that one, right, D? It's
Wait,
kind of
I'm
our
sorry.
wheelhouse. You're not paying attention. It's kind of our wheelhouse.
No, I'm trying to multitask here, Mash.
I like it. I didn't even tell anybody. We do have a wheel going. We're going to give away a game. We're going to give away a key to Alvo today. So I have one key left for Alvo. So I thought we'd give it away today. And if you're in chat right now, make sure you say something so you guys can get on the wheel. D is working a wheel.
Yeah. If you've already said something, I got you. But if you're lurking, make yourself known.
That's right. That's right. Make yourself known. I can't do a show without giving something away, man. Me and D were talking this morning, and I'm like, she's like, what do you want to do? I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, let's give something away. We normally. I'm like, Dee, can you put a wheel together for me? She's like, yeah. She's like, I assumed we were putting a wheel together. So yeah. So let's see. Anything else? I don't want to go too long. I mean, there's not a million things that we can talk. I was just glad I was glad that I was able to sit here and just read chat and talk to everybody.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted to make sure Dee was here with me so she could help me read chat. And I didn't want to miss any questions from anybody. It was cool to see Alex stop in and say hi.
Hey, Laura. Laura just
Sim is lurking. What's up, Sim? How you doing, man? Mike Newton says something. Wolf Ross says a lot of stuff at GDC. Hyperdash is my favorite news, but you know what? We should do some Hyperdash stuff. Have you played it, D? Have you played Hyperdash? All right, we gotta get you into Hyperdash. It's so much fun, man.
Yeah.
And it's a game that I haven't been back to in a while, but it's really, really good, man.
I mean, I'm so far behind. Like, I just played Contractors and Prop 1.
I know. You have so much stuff to play now.
I'm so behind.
Oh, D. You think about me when I get back. I know everybody's gonna say, Eric's whining and woe is me. But listen to this when I get back. I've got Pimax to do yet. Okay, I've done the unboxing video. I have all the stuff to do. So now I have a 2080 Super currently that I'm using. I want to test it with my 2080 Super, but I just bought a 3080 Ti, so I want to test the Pimax with the 3080 Ti as well. So I have all that to do. I've got probably about 7 or 8 hours of recorded footage I have to edit through and cut, plus whatever else that has to be done. I know I have other unboxings that have to be done. I mean, I really, really need to quit my job, D. Don't forget my real job, and then pay a little bit attention to my wife and daughter.
who's got the patience of a saint.
I know. Well, yeah,
Um,
we should do some Hyperdash because
yeah.
it's a blast. We can get a lot of people in there. Radio Sense Run asks, were you able to see Elysia MMO there? They had no presence here at all, which I was a little surprised. It would have been good to see them here, even if they weren't on the show floor, because Zenith was here, even though they weren't on the show floor. And they have really nothing to show except to tell that they have all this content coming. Um, but Elysia, who you would think would need to get their name out there a little bit and maybe would want to show something, was not here. But I know that was Z Storm streaming some Elysia last night?
I think so.
He
I
went
think so.
live and
He
he had
might have.
Elysia in his title. I didn't get a chance. I stopped in for like
Yeah.
10 seconds to say hi, but I didn't get a
Right.
chance to watch anything. So there might be some footage out there if you guys want
Yeah.
to go take a look of some gameplay. Go take a look at Z Storm's channel and whatever his stream was last night. Like I said, Elysia was in the title, so
Yeah.
that's all I can say.
I saw that he was streaming, but me and Roots were playing Fall Guys, so
Oh my god,
I
so
hit
much
like
fun.
too many hours of Elden Ring all day yesterday.
I did. I actually passed out last night watching you guys play Fall Guys.
Yeah, like I said, we kind of figured that, so we're like, Mash,
I
Mash.
know, right?
Yeah.
He's out. I literally fell asleep with the headset on and everything.
Yeah.
Laura says, "Hi D, I think you need to go on location during these MASH trips." Hell yeah!
When I can, I absolutely will, because we can't have Mash having all the fun.
I know for sure. I want some people to hang out with me, man. I want to see everybody.
Yeah.
Wolveraza says, "Hyper has worse monsters in the pop." Big players. Yeah, he's talking about big players. Hyper has some big players. They're sure. It's been out for a long time. There is a lot of good players there, and they do it on competitive leagues for Hyperdash too. That's how good it is. Technically says send it to him. He'll do the Pimax video. I don't think so. I mean, I'm doing the 8KX video, and did you see MRTV had Pimax on for 3 hours yesterday? Had Kevin from Pimax on doing the reveal of basically the 12K.
Oh, dude.
So I'm going to do the best I can on this video. Now, I won't sugarcoat anything for them. I'll tell you right now. I'm not beholden to Pimax in any way, but I'm going to cover it as best I can with as much coverage, because I can tell you this. I'm going to give them as much spotlight I can, whether it's good or bad, and then I'm going to tell them I want that 12K. So, if they want to see more coverage, then send me the 12K and I'll review that too.
Yeah. See how that runs with your new 3080 Ti.
Yeah, I had no idea that I was going to buy the 3080 Ti. It just kind of fell into my lap. So,
Yeah.
but now that I have
didn't
it,
know you were gonna buy it.
I swear to you, I didn't. I basically had no idea. I mean, I had a chance to get one, and you saw me pass it up, and I was like killing myself, right?
No, you had the chance to buy just a regular straight up 3080, and then you're like, oh, I should have bought the Ti, but maybe I should just get the 3080. No, I want the Ti. It was so back and forth, man.
It did. It was. Well, I didn't buy anything, right? I mean, I had
No,
a
you
chance
didn't buy
to
anything
buy the
that
3080, and then I was gonna, and then like I didn't buy it, and then it was gone. I couldn't get it anymore. And then I'm like, well, I had a chance to get a 3080 Ti also, and I didn't get that either. So a week went by, and I'm like, I got another chance to get a Ti, and I had to jump on it.
Friend of mine just messaged me buying an Oculus today. So cool.
Hell yeah, bring them into the mix. We want more people in the community.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah,
I'm definitely gonna let them know.
Love to hear that. Traveling Man says the Elysia Alpha was announced yesterday. Okay. So this was one of the things I can tell you. We have no contact with Elysia, which is unfortunate because I've never played it, and we were very focused on Zenith because we were kind of like into that one, but so much to the point where I have never even been into any of their betas or alphas, and we should try and fix that. I think that's something I'll work on. We'll contact the Elysia people and see if we can't get in there, and maybe we can get maybe they want to do some advertising of it, and we'll see if we can get some other people. Maybe we can get some. Maybe they have some alpha spots that we can give away to people or help people and get some people into if people want to play it. because now that they're into their alphas is a good thing. That means and they do alphas way more than they do betas, so I'm sure they'll have lots of alphas leading up into their launch. Travel Man says better buy a cot you can easily take around with you. I think that's for you, D. To follow me around.
No.
You're gonna follow me around.
My aging back, I can't do cots. I need pillow top.
Laura says D needs fun too. You do. D does all the work. I get to have all the fun.
Yeah. See, this is so not an even relationship here.
I know, right?
That's
fair.
I'm out of coffee.
Hussein X says thanks for the surprise Alvo giveaway. Just waiting for Felipe's Room VR giveaway. You know what? I gotta see. I don't even remember. I still haven't given that copy away. I don't remember who won. Anybody remember who won the Room VR on Thursday? Because I don't think I've heard from everybody else who won Alvo keys.
Wasn't it?
Somebody won the room, and I don't. Maybe
wasn't it Dickel? It may have been Dickel because I remember his name popping up on the wheel.
I think it was no. I think it was like about to drop on him, and it dropped on somebody else.
So.
Technical says Kyle won it. Kyle, you didn't win the Room VR, did you?
I don't know.
I don't remember who won it.
Yeah.
But I don't think they took it. Wherever I don't remember giving it out this week. But again, my memory is probably a little crazy. Somebody said on Facebook, user says hi D.
Busy this week. Just a bit.
Can you see who the Facebook user is who said hi to you?
Oh, that's Jesse Gesso.
Hey, what's up, Jesse? How you doing? Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Wolf Raza, you're absolutely right. It's the haunted copy of the Room VR. I cannot give this thing. It's just like the last one I ever want to give away, and I can't get rid of it, man. It's such a good game too, and I've had to buy so many copies now that I just don't want to do it anymore. How are we doing with the wheel, Dave? We looking pretty good?
Yeah, we've got 17 people on there.
Cool.
So
I had no idea how many people we were going to get for this. I was talking to D. I'm like, D, if we get 5 or 6 people, maybe we'll just end it quick. But does anybody have any other questions about CES that I can answer? GDC.
Anything?
Sorry, I can tell you I bought a GDC shirt.
Look at that swag.
It was only $45. Holy crap, dude. My wife just messaged me. She says I'm getting hangry. Let's go.
Okay. All right, wheel.
She said Nibelheim won. Okay, maybe did I give it to Nibelheim? Hang on, let me look.
Tech, you're traveling. You just said I was going to say. I thought it was Tech. Tech said Kyle won it, but then Traveling Nibelheim. It was one of the. There's so many names that I.
Well, you know what happens to me too is I see people's real names like, and I would never say it. Like everybody knows Nibelheim as Nibelheim. Well, when he emails me, I get his real name. So maybe I. Yeah, I think I don't know. I don't remember. But very well could have been Nibelheim.
I'll let you know. I'll let you know because, like I said, I'm going to do the timestamps after we get done here, and I'll let you know.
Yeah, for sure. Faux show. All right. Any other questions out there, D?
Not that I. Wolveraza. What was the middle thing? What?
Van Composer says can't wait for GDC 2023. Absolutely. This was such a blast and an honor to do, and I can't wait to do it again. I can't wait for the next shows, and these shows are just so cool to meet people. Like I got a chance to meet all these developers that I've been dealing with over the past few years, doing what I do. And, we communicate a lot just in, whether it be email form or, texting or through Messenger. And very rarely do I even get on a video call with these people. So to like meet the Arcaxer guys in person, to meet Aaron and Anthony, they were both here, which was awesome. We sat down for a few minutes to meet Ashley Riot in person. She was here for Andromeda. She's the coolest. She did one of the talks. She did one of the summit talks, and I went to that. And her and Anthony, who were formerly from Cloudhead Games, with Pistol Whip. They both worked on Pistol Whip, and they both have exciting news of things that they're doing now. So yeah, to get to see them and just say hi to them and get to see Jihad from MobX Games for who else I saw too? I saw Enrique from TerraVision Games, the guys who did um, the Space Punks there. What was that one? That was such a good game.
Oh, Captain Toonhead?
Captain Toonhead. They were so cool, man. They gave me a whole bunch of swag to give away to everybody in the community. So I have cool stuff
Nice.
from Captain Toonhead to give away, and they have some big news. And yeah, that was fun. That was fun with them. I got a little interview with them, and yeah, it's still a ton of people. Timo from Hyperdash, another good dude. And cool to see him. And Onikazi just rolled in. He said, just in time for the goodbyes. Yeah, just in time for the goodbyes.
And we got your name on the wheel.
And we got your name on the wheel giveaway. We got a copy of Valvo, man. We're going to give a copy of Valvo away today. Techno Glitch, did I get to meet Ranthony from VR365? I did not. And unfortunately, I don't think Anthony is doing anything in the VR community or world anymore. So I don't think he would even be at GDC. We need more Anthony around because he's a good dude, man. So I don't want to be known for Ranthony or whatever you're going to call my rants to. We were talking about that earlier.
We need just a 60-second stretch where you can just rant and then cut off, done, no more.
I know, right?
If you need to.
I need to. But I will announce again, guys, we have big news coming this Thursday, and we're going to make an announcement. Here's number 2, guys. We're giving away a Quest 2 headset on Thursday to somebody in chat. So this is going to be somebody who is in the chat live that night. So if you want to win a Quest 2, you have to be in the chat. So how many people do we usually get, D? 60? If we're lucky, we get 60 people. So you have a 1 in 60 chance of winning this because the wheel is big. There are a lot of people on it, but I'm only giving it to a person who shows up live. So if you are here, we will keep spinning until somebody actually claims it that night.
Right.
So a Quest 2 to give away on Thursday. And we have big news for our channel. Myself and Todd and D will be announcing some cool stuff that is happening for Q2C VR Gamer. And yeah, it's going to be amazing. I can't wait.
I can't wait to get this out because I'm hard to not talk about it because it's just so awesome. So yeah, I can't wait.
It is. I'm not kidding. I thought D was going to cry when I told her.
Yeah.
She was so excited. She's like, no way. She's like,
my jaw dropped. It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Good times, man.
It's been in the works for a little while, and we were finally able to get it done, and I am so excited. So it was one of the best pieces of news that I had here at GDC. So yeah, looking forward to it. All right, so let's give away a key to Alvo, and we'll say goodbye to everybody because my wife is hangry and we haven't eaten breakfast yet.
I haven't. The only thing I have in my system is coffee, which isn't a bad thing, but still need more. All right, I have to share.
Oh, Wolveraza says he double dog dares you to tell us, D.
No. Not gonna do it.
If you want to know early, if you want to know on Tuesday, become a tier 4 patron and come and join me and Todd and D for our show prep on Tuesdays. And we'll be announcing it first to the patrons. And then we'll be announcing it to everybody on Thursday. But yeah, come and hang out with us, man. We have such a good time. And we do a lot of, for the tier 4 patrons, we do a lot of stuff for all the patrons, but for the tier 4 patrons, you get a little bit extra. We do giveaways of just hardware once a month for the patrons. So some of the hardware that we get a chance to try out, and we just can't use it, all of it. So we give it away to the patrons. And I got a Pro Tube I'm going to be giving away at some point, probably in April, to one of the patrons. Hussein X says, looking forward to the big news. Maybe GTA VR for PlayStation VR 2 in the works. That would be amazing, dude. That would be amazing. I can tell you the news that we have is more us focused. This is good news for our channel. Onikazi says, you're going to make us escalate to the triple dipple dog dare. You don't want that, D. You don't want that.
No.
Traveling Man says, we love you, D. We do love D. D's awesome.
I love you too, Traveling.
D has quickly
I love all you guys.
D has quickly become an integral part of our show, and And you're awesome. Thanks for being here and hanging out with me today. Let's give a key away.
Thanks for having me, man. All right. You ready?
I am ready.
All right, here we go. Elvo.
Yeah, another key to Alvo. Yeah, the only reason we have a key left is one of the people who won a key last week. They already had Alvo, so I swapped out, gave him a different key.
Felipe.
Nice. Congratulations, Felipe. Awesome. Alvo. Let's get into some Alvo this when I get back.
Heck
I'm
yeah.
excited. Although we need to get into some after the fall because I have to see what kind of garbage this is for myself.
After the jank.
Yeah. I was really going to get in there, and I was thinking about doing another 12-hour stream or doing another long stream for the new update. And I don't know if I'm going to now. I might be better off putting my focus towards a different game. It disappoints me, really does, because I think it's one of the best games, and I would like to see them have a patch by the time I'm going to do something. Not that they care what I give a shit what I do or what we have planned, but I would hope that they're working on it for other people, because when you go into a game and you have 0 guns and you lose every gun you have and you can't even purchase the guns anymore because it doesn't work. I mean, that's a problem.
Right. I mean, you spend, Wes was spending the money to get those guns back, repurchase them, but
they're not there.
They took his money, didn't give him nothing back.
Yeah. I mean, and we've all worked through jank. I mean, how much money
I lost guns and lost all my money in that game. And it upset me before, but now with this, it's like, come on, dude.
Yeah, I mean, to the point where you contacted the devs through Discord, right, or something like that, and they were like, "Oh, sorry, we can't help you."
No, we can't help you, but there's new content coming. Okay, great.
Appreciate it.
But,
yeah.
And Jim Hall says his name was not on the wheel. Thanks, D. Well, Jim Hall, you need to put your name in here a little bit quicker before we spin the wheel.
Oh yeah, he was here earlier too, but he only said one thing. I think you missed him. Yeah, he was
Jim
here.
Hall?
Yeah.
When did I miss him? Oh my god! Now I feel bad for saying that. Thanks,
Mash. I know. I didn't want you to say it and then have to feel bad later. I don't make you feel bad now. I don't want you to feel bad later. I want you to feel bad now. No, it happens. It happens, D. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wolverine said he had his guns go away too. But you know what? Doesn't matter. Jim Hall doesn't play VR anyway, so.
Yeah. Thanks for making me feel bad.
Yeah. Wolverine said he had his guns go away too, but was able to get them back. Not the money though. Wow. Yeah. Onikazi says long stream, and now I'm thinking about the William Dafoe scene from Wild at Heart. I don't know that one. Jim Hall says it's okay, D. He was just kidding. Hussein X lost his revolver. Ugh, that's rough. I know. I'm gonna get in there this week coming up, guys, and we'll see. Maybe we'll do another long stream if it's playable and if I don't have to kill the game too much. We'll do something. Troy Gill says, "Good times, Mash and D. Appreciate you. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Make sure you go see Virtual Strangers tomorrow. Wes and Roots. I'm sure they have amazing news, and I'll be hanging out with you guys in chat. And I don't know. We'll see. Maybe if they want to have me on, maybe I'll get on for a little bit too if I have a little bit left in me. So we'll see. I'll offer it up to them. Otherwise, I'll just be in chat with you guys hanging out. But see Wes and Roots at Virtual Strangers tomorrow, and then come back and see us Thursday. Cool stuff coming.
I want to be here, yos.
Cool stuff coming. All right, guys, from San Francisco and from South Carolina, we'll see you soon.
Peace out, everybody.
Peace out.